What's up, everybody? Hey, Cody Rourke here. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to take some time to announce that I've partnered up with DraftKings Sportsbook here on the YouTube channel, and DraftKings Sportsbook is the top-rated sportsbook app out there on the market today, and I trust where my money goes. When I make a deposit with DraftKings Sportsbook, I trust that my money is in safe and secure hands, and I like to take part in weekly parlay action, folks, whether it's 3 games, 4 games, and when I'm feeling dicey, I like to go to 6-game parlays, and I want you to sign up today at DraftKings Sportsbook by clicking on the link in the description below and using promo code Rourke. That is ROARK, promo code Rourke with DraftKings Sportsbook app. Let's get into today's film review. Broncos' first offensive series. This is third down, and Drew Lock is going to find Noah Fant for a big gain down the left side, and he's got one-on-one coverage with Bashaud Breeland. I like this matchup. 9 times out of 10, single high safety look. He's reading the field against the trips formation. He's got to stay over the top in the middle to be able to respect anything coming across there. But Drew Lock, he has a great throw on this play, in my opinion, and Noah Fant getting separation right here from Breeland. Ball's in the air. It's going to float up over the top. Safety can't get over in time. Well-placed throw. Good timing there from Drew Lock to Noah Fant, 37 yards down the left sideline here. Let's take a look at the defensive front here for the Kansas City Chiefs. How it adjusts to Drew Lock. You have a zero technique head up on Lloyd Cushenberry. You have Frank Clark here on the outside, linebacker standing up here, and then Chris Jones on the outside as well. And obviously, Sorensen right here, he's keying Melvin Gordon out of the backfield here. But let's take a look at Lock's footwork. Does he lock into one guy? Well, yes, it's a one-on-one matchup. Right here, the back foot, it's planted, pretty decent, good protection here, one-on-one, collapse in the interior. They're trying to scrape around here. Garrett Bowles doing a good job here. Melvin Gordon also helping out in the mix as well. Lock's going to step up, fire it into the window. Noah Fant, he's got a first down for the Broncos. The thing with Drew Lock is consistency. He's got to be consistent. He makes a good throw to Noah Fant, then 2 plays later, he throws an interception. Love the route here from Jerry Jeudy at the bottom of your screen. What you're going to see is a clear out. Troy Fumagalli's going to run it deep out, and then because it gets to the sideline, he's going to turn it into an out and up because Drew Lock escapes pressure. Drew Lock is going to miss Nick Vannett coming backside on a crossing pattern here. He's got to be able to make these smart decisions, protecting the football right here. Drew, set your feet or dump it off quickly, lead him in stride. He's at least going to get some positive yards. He might be able to get the first down, but he may, like I said, you're going to live to see another day, but instead, Fumagalli's going to turn in an out and up. Drew doesn't put enough air on this pass here, and it's going to lead to an interception. Easy interception for Tyrann Mathieu. It all goes back to decision-making, folks. If Drew Lock wants to be the guy for the Broncos going forward, he's got to be smarter. So let's take a look out of it right here. You're going to initially double team right here in pass protection. Nick Vannett's going to chip release, come across the field. He is your security blanket, folks. You've got to be able to utilize him. Good job by Lock stepping out of pressure, but now look, right, you're not even looking at Nick Vannett. His eyes are downfield on the out and up. Quick, easy dump off to Nick Vannett. He's going to get upfield, maybe get a first down, maybe get positive yards, but you keep the drive alive. Broncos don't come away with points on this drive because of the turnover. Cover 1 once again here for Kansas City. You're going to see KJ Hamler. He's going to be the motion guy. He's going to motion out and run a flat route, and Drew Lock is going to find him. Jerry Jeudy does a great route, getting on the inside, clearing out number 21. But cover 1 because you have a single high safety, right? You've got this guy. He's walked down a little bit. Now, because of the motion, you're going to have bump down. The defense is going to shift over to the Denver Broncos left side. So defensively, they're going to shift right a little bit here in terms of their coverage. Obviously, you got a follow guy right here. He's going to play man on KJ Hamler. KJ's just going to run the flat route here, getting his speed. And this is what I like. The Broncos had to find ways. Look, KJ Hamler's a speed guy, but you can get him involved in the short passing game. You can allow him to turn these 4 to 5 yard catches into potentially 20 yards. And we saw the Broncos do that a little bit in this game. I like it. I think they got to utilize it a lot more. Man coverage, they're going to see that. You've got pressure coming here, and here. So they're sending the house right now. They're sending a lot of pressure after Drew. He does a great job firing quickly to KJ. Good extra effort by KJ here. Keeps the Broncos drive going. Broncos offense coordinator Pat Shurmur had his best play calling day, in my opinion, against Kansas City. They're very aggressive defensively. So because of the aggressive nature, they're going to let the defensive linemen, they're going to come free. They're going to be a little contact, 1-1001. Melvin Gordon's going to release off for a screenplay here, and then the Broncos going to do some blocking there. How do you counteract a very aggressive defense? You have to throw some screens into there. So I like that. Garrett Bowles peeling backside here. Dalton Reisner, he understands this guy's going to be chasing in trail tech, so he's going to block him, blocking right here, and then you just got to win your one-on-one. Melvin Gordon getting upfield for the Broncos here on first down. Anytime you can start off to where you're going to face a 2nd and 1 on the next play, that's always a great formula, folks. I like that. So let's take a look at Kansas City's defensive line. Where are they aligned right here? Well, you have a 1 technique, a 3 technique. You're going to be playing wide. You're going to be playing tight on the outside shoulder of the tackle. And then you have your interior guys. Obviously, he's spying right here on the tight end. You got these guys playing run. They're going to read the guard. And so what they're going to get here initially, because the Broncos, they're stepping up as if they're showing pass protection. They're showing as if this is going to be play action. Beck coming around backside to help out. Then they're going to let these guys through. Leakage. That's what we call it. We call it leakage. Good job by Drew Lock getting back, turned around, I think getting set in a sense as best as you can, dumping it off to Melvin Gordon here, and everyone else is going to block, right? You're going to get your blocks out here in space. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Broncos here. They had some very consistent drives overall in this game against Kansas City. Melvin Gordon had a strong day for the Broncos. I like this little motion formation here. KJ Hamler, right? You can align him right here almost as an offset guy because guess what? He can come back underneath. He can go back to the outside. You can also run him on a play. I don't know if you ever want to run him on a play, though, inside the C gap or the B gap or the A gap for that matter. But this is a power play here. Counter by the Broncos. Graham Glasgow, he's going to pull and kick out here. Deshaun Hamilton's going to work one-on-one, but because there's going to be aggressive pressure, everyone else is stepping down, right? They're blocking down so Graham Glasgow can pull on the kick out, and then Melvin Gordon's going to take the counter step, come backside, and he's going to slip on this play here for the Broncos. They send a little bit of an extra help there. They actually send the cover guy originally on Deshaun, so Deshaun works up to the safety here. But I like the Broncos using more guard pulls, right? One of the effective things, unfortunately, Graham Glasgow, he hurt his toe in this game, his ankle. He's been dealing with a calf and a leg injury. He's been having issues in terms of his health there. So we want to wish him the best. Hopefully he can get back because the Broncos are better with Graham Glasgow in the lineup. So what you're going to see here, as I mentioned, you're going to see the pull, you're going to see the kick out. They're going to send this guy. They're also going to send the corner. And Graham Glasgow is going to kick out number 50, whatever his number is. I don't even give a shit at this point. 51. They're going to kick him out. Corner over pursues. Melvin Gordon slips. Deshaun works on the safety against Tyrann Mathieu. It's going to be a decent gain here. Daniel Sorensen from the Chiefs, he watches a lot of film. It is 3rd and 2 here, so he's going to be spying Noah Fant's side because that's what the Broncos did against the Chiefs. Last time they ran a lot of short outlets, and Sorensen was on it. He was on it all game here. Noah Fant's going to come up inside, come back around. You're going to see a chip release here from Noah Fant. This is going to be run action. You're going to have a pull and run action, extra play help here, and then he's going to leak out. Unfortunately, Nick Vanette's not going to pick up the first down here. Sorensen sticks him a yard short. Not sure if this was a throw that was behind Nick Vanette in a sense, or if he was not able to corral it initially on the first attempt here, but you can see that it leads to him not being able to get upfield. Now he has to body adjust here. Sorensen's going to stick. Obviously, you can't run back inside because you have pursuit here, so ideally you want to be able to catch that and get upfield. That's just not the case here for Nick Vanette. Good tackle there by Daniel Sorensen. That man watches a lot of film, folks. Melvin Gordon had a great day for the Broncos, but you got to thank Dalton Reisner for help setting that up a little bit. Dalton Reisner is located right here, and on this play, he's going to get 65 yards, Gordon is, and it's because of Dalton Reisner's kick-out block that he has on the interior right here against number 56. He's going to create that hole, and Melvin Gordon's going to do the rest. Dalton Reisner put on a hell of a performance against Kansas City. Denver competed. That's the one thing I think Broncos fans wanted to see. Look, you want to come away with the win, but they competed. They can do this. They can play against Kansas City if they can get the offense going a lot more consistently. Now, what we're going to see, right? Here's the kick-out guy. Here's the kick-out option because right now you have a 2-eye. He's on the inside shade of the guard here. Graham Glasgow still in the game. Oh, now he cheats over to a 3 technique. So what's going to happen is, because of that, crash down right here, he's going to seal, and you're going to have help here. One-on-one right here, which means that he's going to pull through right here through the C gap, and he's going to kick out number 56, Dalton Reisner. He does that. Little hole. Melvin Gordon gets skinny. Good job by DeMar Dotson sealing off this guy, and great block right here. Tyrann Mathieu's not able to take the angle. But look at Juan Thornhill, folks. That's a high-effort play. You got to like that. He came off ACL last year. Melvin Gordon had a big game against the Chiefs, folks. more of what we've seen from the Broncos. We saw this against Miami, right? A lot of motion, a lot of misdirection, which is going to cause the defense. They're going to cheat over because they have to respect Melvin Gordon potentially running to the left side of the offense, KJ Hamler also being a lead blocker or getting the ball. So that's going to lead to some play action or run action here. Let's see if it's run action. It depends on the offensive line. Does a lineman pull? This is run action, right? It is run action because you're pulling the guy. Chip release from Noah Fant. He's going to run to the flat. Tim Patrick's going to get over. Jerry Jeudy's going to climb underneath. It's his levels concept here. Different levels here attacking. And it's just a quick dump off here by Drew Lock to Noah Fant. These are the plays that have worked for Denver, right? And you can do it out of different formation looks. Broncos, I think, have a little bit of a bread and butter identity here. Under center. It's hard. So right now you see the flow. Linebackers have to cheat over because they have to respect, because if this guy gets wide and these guys come up and seal them, it's going to be a big-time play. Melvin Gordon takes the counter steps, comes backside. Noah Fant, he's going to be 1-on-1, 1-1001, release to the flat. Tim Patrick's going to climb up, and then you're going to have Jerry Jeudy crossing on a vertical pattern here. Run action. Graham Glasgow with the pull there. Good decision right here from Drew Lock. This was what he's got to do. I said it in the pregame show. You got to be able to hit the throws that you didn't make in the first matchup against Kansas City. Fant did just that right there. The Broncos, they've struggled in the red zone all year, and this is a beautiful play. They use Tim Patrick as a blocker. They'll motion him to block the edge. Sometimes they're going to motion him right here as if he's going to be a sniffer lead guy. Like if he's going to lead up inside the A or the B gap for Melvin Gordon, he's actually going to leak out on a flat route, and he's going to catch it, get a touchdown here. This is set up by Jerry Jeudy. His release comes back inside, serves as a pick route. Sorensen's not able to get there. Cornerback's not able to make a play, and this is going to be a touchdown Denver. Timmy P in these streets, folks. Tim Patrick has done a great job. Right here, look at Jerry Jeudy. This is a great clear out. Doesn't make contact, right? Because then they can call offensive pass interference. Lock sees it. Throw. Tim Patrick's going to do the rest. Great angle there. Defensive back Bashaud Breeland's not able to get there in time. Touchdown, Denver in the red zone against Kansas City. Love the progress that we're seeing. These are some good things that the Broncos offense can do. Now, when you watch the game film, we all can agree. Drew Lock's got to make better decisions, folks. He has to make better decisions with the football. But this, in my opinion, you take away some of the mistakes, this is one of his best games in terms of decision-making, minus the 2 interceptions. I like what I saw here. Also, there was a throw he threw off of his back foot. But you see the design there. It's a clear out, touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, he's going to be a Bronco in 2021 as well, folks. Some people have asked me on Locked On Broncos, are the Broncos misutilizing Phillip Lindsay? I feel like they got to get him on some more outside runs. Now they're going to motion KJ Hamler across because, as we saw in the previous play, right, you have to force the defense to respect it. So they're going to bump over, they're going to cheat over here. But this is going to be an inside run by Phillip Lindsay, the offensive line. They're going to crash down, but Chris Jones does a great job of actually crossing the guard's face, which allows the other guys on the backside to fill. Now, you're not going to see it definitively from that angle, so I'll show it to you right here. So what's going to happen? Chris Jones, he is lined up right here in a 3 technique. Tell you what, he's a phenomenal football player, folks. He's going to crash across all the way through the A gap, and so Schlottman's going to crash him down. Dotson right here is going to crash down, which is going to allow backside pursuit here from the cornerback and other help too from the defensive end here. It's going to allow them to also crash down as well. Phillip Lindsay, this is like, he's got no hole here. I mean, good crash down right here. Dotson, if he can seal right here, maybe Lindsay can get skinny, but that doesn't happen in this case, right? Because he doesn't seal him. So Hitchens steps up. Phillip Lindsay's in the A gap. Phillip has nowhere to go, so he's going to get 3 yards on the play here. But the Broncos shouldn't be running Phillip Lindsay, in my opinion, so much on the inside. Get him on power, get him on counter, get him on stretch, get him on outside zone. Right before halftime, Kansas City's defense is very aggressive, right? So we saw a tailback screen earlier. You're going to see a tight end screen right here from Noah Fant. He's going to chip release 1-1001. Drew Lock kind of throws this ball a little bit over Noah Fant. It's a little bit of a high pass here. So he's going to catch it. As you can see, he bobbles it initially. Dotson, he can't go all the way downfield until he knows that his guy has the catch here. So Noah Fant, he's reading. Now on this play, I mean, ideally you can make the argument he's not going to be able to get there in time. He's anticipating he's going to close him off. So he thinks that he's going to be able to run to the outside. That's not the case. On this play, Noah Fant probably should have cut back inside. He slips, it appears like he stutter steps, but the Broncos will have to look at right tackle this offseason. They got to find a way to get an athletic guy out there, quicker, decisiveness. And for Noah Fant, he's been dealing with an ankle injury as well. You can make the argument on many of these things, but you can see the high pass right here. He bobbles it. So right here, his eyes. ideally he's looking at Tyrann Mathieu. What's he going to do? I feel like Tyrann Mathieu, based on his breakdown stance, thinks he's going to come outside, but he's a disciplined guy. He's a disciplined defensive back. He's not going to cut inside because that doesn't make sense. That's not his responsibility. His responsibility is to be an outside guy. So he does it. He takes that outside track. DeMar Dotson's not able to reach him. You want Noah Fant to plant that foot, cut back inside. It appears that he slips, though, right here, and then they're going to come up with a stop. The Broncos will then have to kick a 57-yard field goal. That misses. Now on this play, you're going to have just a too-high safety look. You're going to have a four-man rush. The Broncos are going to motion Melvin Gordon here to Drew Lock just to see what the defense does, how they align. This is a coverage call. Pat Shurmur up in the box, allowing Drew Lock to be able to know what it is. And this is going to be a vertical route from Jerry Jeudy. And just a quick out here by KJ Hamler. I like the fact that they got involved in the short passing game here. Good route, great stick release, and also keeps his feet moving. He's able to break through the tackle. He's able to get past the first down marker and move the chains for the Broncos here. I like a lot of these throws. Now, take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs defensively. They have nobody lined up in the A gap. They have a guy slanted towards the B gap, and then the E alley, obviously you have that there. But what's going to happen here is that Drew Lock, he's going to have time to throw in this four-man rush altogether from Kansas City. It's just a quick out. Look at that. He sets his back foot. One-on-one here, one-on-one here. Helping on the interior as number 98 is coming across, and then Dalton Risner is going to help out with 57 if he comes inside. Broncos offensive line did a pretty good job in this game in pass protection. This is a good effort play by KJ Hamler. Love it what the Broncos are getting out of their second-round pick. The Broncos on display, they're going to do some play action, extra protection here with Troy Fumagalli, Nick Vannett, and then Melvin Gordon's going to leak out of the backfield. But you're going to see the motion across by Nick Vannett here. He's going to help out here, and then Troy Fumagalli's going to help out on anything coming on the outside. Melvin Gordon's going to release out there a little bit late. Jerry Jeudy, stutter, boom, vertical release. Tim Patrick's going to take the inside track across the field. He's going to pick up the first down. Drew Lock does a great job here. The offensive line does a great job. Drew sets his feet. This was a good throw by Drew Lock. Great design there, selling the play action, setting his feet, firing, and connecting with Tim Patrick on an efficient route concept here. Love that the Broncos are moving the ball downfield against a very aggressive Kansas City Chiefs defense. As you can see, the motion's going to make the offensive line kind of stay standstill in a sense. They're going to figure out, okay, what is the defensive line for Kansas City in? You've got a one technique. You've got a stand up right here. Got your outside guy. Then you have a three technique right here as well. And obviously, you got the protection. So essentially, on this play, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-man protection out of play action here on a 3-man route concept. Look at Drew Lock setting his feet, delivering in the pocket. Good throw to Timmy P. Creativity-wise, the Broncos offense, they were in their bag a little bit here, right? We talk about the motion from KJ Hamler is going to get the defense to cheat over to the right side. They had to respect it. Denver's going to come back around, run action here, and they're going to find a design to Tyree Cleveland wide open here on a clear out underneath. Right here, the space is there. He's got to clear out. Drew Lock makes the right decision. He throws it to the open man. He's going to get upfield and do the rest here. Tyree Cleveland, 7th-round pick out of Florida. He's making a role for the Broncos. Decent game in terms of the kick return department. He filled in nicely here on the offensive reception here. Taking a look here, the motion, right? Defense has to play it, right? You're playing the flow to the right side wherever the motion goes. This guy right here, he's always got to stay home. He's got to stay backside for quarterback, counter, bootleg, or reverse. He does just that here to enough to where he's going to be in Drew's face or in the proximity to get into his face. There's the open man. That's what the Broncos need to do with Drew Lock. Get him the ball in space. Allow him to get guys the ball open in space off of some misdirection. I like the concepts. Tim Patrick has been a pleasure to watch this season, folks, for this Denver Broncos football team. Been stepping up with Cortland Sutton's injury here, and it's just going to be a simple boom, goal line fade. He's going to get 2 feet into the end zone. Timmy toe tap. Patrick. Good throw by Drew Lock, too. Pressure in his face, doesn't panic, sets his feet. He throws. The ref says out of bounds, but guess what the review would say? Nah, the other official says, dude, you got to get your eyes checked. That's a touchdown, as you can clearly see. Now, number 50 is going to come free. Drew Lock does a great job anticipating some of the pressure. Tim Patrick, great awareness, 2 feet inbounds. He's even pointing. That's where I was at. This is the 3rd and 3 play for the Broncos. Drew Lock to KJ Hamler. Just can't quite corral it. You're going to see the motion downline here by Noah Fant. And really, the Broncos catch Anthony Hitchens staring in the backfield. And this is where KJ, he's going to release off the line of scrimmage. He's going to get across here. You can make the argument that he's got to catch this ball because it feels like it was a well-placed throw. And then you can also make the argument that maybe it's a little bit far in terms of the outstretched arms of KJ Hamler. He doesn't have the longest wingspan, right? So let's take a look at the pressure here. What are the Chiefs in? They're showing out of a 4-man front here. Hitchens, obviously he's keying anything coming across the hook, the middle hook area here. Single high safety, Juan Thornhill playing there. And the thing that you're going to see is you're going to see the apex playing in between a 1-tech and a 2-eye here on the defensive interior. And then you're going to play the apex in between a 4-eye and a 3 here as well for Jones. Now, this is, you can see a definitive angle here. Drew Lock, he's got good timing. Obviously, he's got right now protection. Everyone's winning their one-on-one. Schlottman as well, one-on-one here. You're going to anticipate. Hitchens isn't going to see it because he's a little bit late. So KJ is going to be there. Drew Lock, I think, does a good job leading him. You can see the trajectory. It is there. Now, maybe, like I said, you can make the argument that KJ Hamler doesn't have the longest wingspan. I feel like this is a well-placed throw, and also you have to factor in that he doesn't have the longest wingspan. Hits him in the hands. That's a big-time drop, and the Broncos would punt it, and that's a whole other discussion that we'd get into if you listen to the Lockdown Broncos podcast. Drew Lock's going to throw the game-sealing interception here. Kansas City does a good job, in my opinion, of disguising what they're going to be doing. They're going to be dropping 7 guys back in coverage against a 3-man route concept. And what you're going to see, Tim Patrick's going to come across the field. You're going to have vertical routes, and obviously Jerry Jeudy coming across on a deep over pattern. Melvin Gordon's actually going to be open here on the backside. I want you guys to keep an eye on that here. Drew Lock, though, look where his eyes are. He is staring at Jerry Jeudy. Like I mentioned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cover guys against 3 routes. You can't throw this to Tim Patrick. I mean, arguably you could, but if you throw it to Tim, this guy's going to come up and blast him. This guy's going to be the runoff. So Tyrann Mathieu right here, he sees Drew Lock's eyes, so he's going to step over in front of Jerry Jeudy. He's going to make the interception. Like I said, Melvin Gordon wide open right there. The problem on this play, and like I said, it goes with the eyes. Okay, it goes with Drew's eyes. He doesn't take his eyes off of Jerry Jeudy. The defense reads that. And when you have 7 guys dropping back into coverage defensively, let's take a look. Where are Drew's eyes? I want you guys to watch the head. I want you to watch the helmet. Drop back. He's staring. His eyes don't come off of Jerry Jeudy, and he's going to throw it into that window, and that's where Tyrann Mathieu jumps it. Decision-making's got to be better from Locke, but there are some things he did really well in this game.